open the meeting.
I'll second it.
I'll make a motion. Motion to open the meeting.
And it's seconded?
Steve second.
Okay. Now this is the meeting for the Historical Commission.
Historical Commission first, yep.
Yeah. And roll call,
I, Sarah Gore.
Holly Gagne, Barbara Breaker,
Frank Bud,
Glenn Cherney.
Stephen Cabot.
John Cardillo.
all present. I'll take another motion to accept the minutes as written.
I'll make a motion to accept the minutes as written.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Remember, we're on television, so behave yourself.
That's right.
Alrighty, first item on the agenda is on the Historical Commission is, Mr. Michael Sabatini, owner of the Bradstreet Farm. Applicant is seeking approvals of new roofing on the back side of the L facing the community gardens. Replace a section of flooring in the old barn with new flooring from Herrick Farm to match the existing conditions. Moving the agriculture display permanently to a new location. Replace wood shingles on the rear of the old barn. Then, from here, I have to recuse myself. And you do tonight also.
Accept.
Oh, right. Let me look. Sent, not received.
Oh, shit.
This is down the phone. No, still didn't come through. Oh, wait, oh, but you did them on Google. I can't, oh. Can I open it? Yeah, wait, hold on. Hold on. Why are they not in my email on my computer? But they're on my phone. All right, we're just gonna pass this around.
Okay.
All right, and then I'll figure it out, just for the sake of time. That was weird.
Do you have two email addresses?
No. Oh, wait, I didn't log on. Wait, I didn't log on. Alright, Mike, what is this that we're looking at? What's this latest photo?
In my hands, or?
No, wait,
That's
the
not
one
me.
No, I know, that's other people down the road from here.
Oh, I was trying to show you the old barn, how it's all worn away.
May I leave the table for a moment and see if I can get IT help?
More like my lack of IT.
Still favorite?
And I had just.
That's the
So-
barn. Are you guys
so there.
doing in holiday?
Yeah.
We did a, Christmas fundraiser for the Raleigh Pantry.
Partial.
Yeah, it was great, it was really busy.
Even in the rain, we had 80.
First time I was in the people that worked there. It was kind of sweaty, so it's good. Just when you don't get over it. And then it was
A lot of kids.
Oh, everybody on TV could read my emails? Oh, that's great.
That's a lot of good stuff in there.
Alright, hold on, I gotta remove.
Recovery's quicker, I assume.
Yeah, that's what they say. Yeah, you got the floor. When did you have that?
It'll be 5 years in next month.
Sorry. Okay, Mike, we got this.
Life is good.
Yeah.
When you- It's
Yeah.
it works.
Now I just gotta see if it reloads. Where are you? There you are. View photos. Okay. Oh, sorry everybody, that was really embarrassing.
The whole thing was totally over my head.
Alright, so this is,
Oh, yeah, the barn.
just this one photo, that's
I
a one?
just sent you like 10.
Oh, geez, they haven't come through yet, but, okay, so let's.
Well, we'll get that.
We're
This-
gonna go through,
This is your set to keep.
okay,
You always need a set to keep.
right, about tonight's discussion.
Yes, they all have an individual agenda sheet,
Okay,
and then I have other stuff to give them, but
Very
you always,
good.
but at least you always have one full set.
okay, got it.
But
Alright.
some of it you already, I think you already have.
So,
we
agenda,
ready?
let's begin.
Okay, so the house plaque program, I just filled it out.
Oh, okay, so this is on pause.
Okay,
Debbie and I are working on this together. This is gonna be our little project for
Alright.
you.
okay.
I'm going to CPC. I had to get funding for this.
It's, I just filled it out for you,
Okay.
so you had it.
Appreciate it. More to come on that.
So it's good. Number 2. Heating and AC. Just over there. Yeah. Lovely ladies.
Yep,
And
I
you
got
have a set?
the master set, yep.
Yep. There's a letter in there from the HVAC guy, and I'll just plug this out.
And this will be going in the
In the
big barn?
basement, in the
Oh,
basement.
in the basement.
It was in the basement of the L,
Okay.
and I actually put some notes in the, under the heating and AC of the L.
Okay,
The letter from the AC and heat company is on the master file. Essentially, on page, if you look on page 6 and 7, a little red tab in there already, and I highlighted them in yellow.
Well, we were saving.
That's, this is like the master duct system, and it goes in the basement, up in the ceiling.
yeah,
And then we just pop little radiator holes in the floor, down the 2 sides.
right,
So I try to say, the duct is located in the basement along the ceiling on the back and front wall.
right.
4x12 floor registers along the outside of the walls when you come down.
On one of our site visits, I know we talked about this with Mike Conley.
We did.
Yeah,
There are no wall-mounted systems like, if you look in this book, these would be wall-mounted systems. We're not doing this. It's just that, this, and basically it's a hybrid duct system.
mhm,
It's they call it split air, but actually it has duct. And everything's gonna be in the basement, and just a little floor register on the floor, roughly 4x12, little grills. But this way, there's nothing mounted on the walls upstairs. You see nothing.
yeah,
Essentially, that's what we're going with this. This is called a converter. This piece would be outside,
okay,
and
and that's in,
there's a picture that she has at a master, and then kind of marked it out where it would go. Hidden behind the
there's some
fence,
shrubs in there as well. It's dark photo, but I see shrubs.
and it's just outside the
Assuming
range.
you won't see that. It's just the way it's drawn.
Right.
There's shrubs in there. We send that down
Oh,
to
And
my
it'd be
God.
just hidden
Yep,
outside the fence of the goats and the sheep, so they can't quite see it and touch it. And this system, I like the system because it's all electric. There's no combustion, and it sticks to my format. I'm trying not to have any combustibles in the building. I had a conversation with Jim Broderick, the fire chief, a couple of years back, when we talked about this, trying to go forward about heat, and he made that suggestion, and I'm trying to stick to that suggestion. So it took a lot of effort to try to find a system that would work, because you want audio rising, and typical split air systems are mounted in the wall, and the heat would just go high. So this is, it accomplishes all that, and it's all electric. I don't have any fire burning,
Yeah,
combusting
No, it's
in the
great.
basement.
good. It took you a while to find that, huh?
A lot,
Yeah.
a lot
It was a while.
of effort
The research.
to research to come to something that will work.
That's good. Okay, so, wanna go to number 2?
So now we're down to number 3, agricultural and horticultural display.
All right, so you're moving this because you've run out of space.
Yes, and you have,
I've got the master. Do you need my set of drawings, or you gave me, we're gonna just go with these?
and these are all the ones that you've had in the past,
Yep, okay.
and they're all dated.
All right,
For
so
you guys that used to look,
for anybody who's been, I know Barbara, Holly, I don't know if you've been into the barn?
A long time ago.
Okay, so Mike, you've had this long time display, and it was for, the kids and like a learning, education piece about a lot of the historic farm materials, not all came from this farm, but from other farms, and people donated things to you.
Yes.
And so it's had this really nice piece. Now it's going to be dismantled and reassembled someplace else.
over here, the color, see the little yellow?
Yep, okay, so it's moving down the way.
From here.
Yes. And this is the entrance when you walk in. This is the front of the building, double door, double door. So when you go in the door, it's gonna be on your left-hand side.
Yep.
And there's another reason for that, and you'll see it in some of your pictures. Oh, you only have one, right?
I have
Actually,
the other ones, you want me to look, we'll look at the other ones from today.
Thank you.
I have used, agricultural display.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, you asked for a picture of what it was, and a straight shot. There's actually a couple of nice pictures of straight shot on that you asked for, like that one.
Yeah, so that's what it looked, it's like one stall
Mhm.
width, right? Yeah, it's cute.
But since then, we've had people that have donated,
Is there any other good ones here?
different farmers in town, and we're like jammed to the nth degree. Can you go back to that very original first picture that you had up there temporarily?
This one?
Keep going back to keep going.
This one was the first, yeah, this one right here.
The one that,
Preceded that,
Oh, preceded this.
yeah, before you open those pictures.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yes, what was it?
There it is.
And one of the reasons why I'm doing it is you look right here. See that right there? That's a
Yeah.
beam. It's a row of beams that goes right down the side of the building. It's like 5'6" high.
Oh, right,
And it's historic, so I can't move them.
right. No.
So by shifting the agricultural, horticultural display in there,
Yeah,
no one can go over there, because you're gonna hit your head. So it gives me a place to shift to, and then just gives the people a reason not to go there. Use the space, because you can't walk in there, or you're gonna hit your head on that beam.
oh, so it's just gonna now be like a visual display, not an actual, where the kids got in there
Right.
before. So it's it's changing a little bit,
Yes.
so you'll be able to see it, but not go in and touch it.
So right down that alley, there's a whole row of beams.
Yeah,
Like I say, it's too low.
yeah. Okay,
So that's one of the reasons why we're shifting.
all right. Well,
In the, that little orange, little pinky area,
Yep,
that's the roughly 20 by 12 of the changing of the floors.
right, item number 4.
There's your map.
And Herrick is gonna supply you with the same dimensions, the wood, everything's gonna be the same to match.
That was the flooring rotten or worn out?
that's a good question. The pictures that unfortunately she didn't get. But that's it now. And there had been a fire years ago, so these are all still burnt.
Oh, okay.
And some of them were replaced with those old ones that are rotten, as you can tell. And some of them have pressure treated in there.
Oh, wow.
And it's essentially that corner behind the whiskey barrels, the wine barrels, and right behind there. That's why we kind of put like a barricade up so nobody goes in there.
Okay, all right. No issue with that.
So this gives you an idea what the floors are looking like.
Oh, yeah, oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
And you can see the good part of the floor.
Well, we want them to be safe.
And that's the pressure treated, so I'm gonna take the pressure treated out. That's the good part of the floor, and that's the rotted part of the floor.
Yeah. Like,
I was trying to show you, and that's all the pressure treated. So I'll
uh,
take the pressure treated out, and I'll put Herrick lumber in there.
yeah.
So now,
That'd be nice.
getting rid of their patch job and going back to the original.
Good.
And I got both 2x6 and 2x8s to mimic what they did.
Can you show Stephen and Len the photos?
Yeah, we saw them.
Oh, you already saw them?
Oh, this is the.
Oh, this is the flooring.
This is what it was before, or the better part. This is they substituted pressure treated over the years. I'll take out the pressure treated and I'll Herrick maybe up some lumber and I'll put them in. And take out the pressure treated and go back to the way it ought to be.
So we always.
Is it gonna be the same line?
Yes.
Make sure it's.
Yeah, I'll stay like the same continuity of it.
All right, so, good.
So
Flooring is good, integrity, we like it. All right, in the essence of time, because we have other people,
Yep, I'm a little faster.
we've got the
Yeah.
roof, item number 5.
These are the different pictures that we've been submitted in the past.
Yep.
I brought a satellite picture to kind of give you a heads up.
You love your drone, don't you?
That's my son.
Cool picture.
So this part, I'm upside down. So this part was done, but this part was not.
Uh-huh.
And when I say done, I mean 2012, 2013. I did.
No,
Yes.
no, 15.
Was it that late already? Maybe it
think
was.
so.
I thought it was right after I got in. Cause this is 18, right?
Yeah, I know.
All right, so maybe 4 years ago.
Yeah, maybe.
But anyways,
Well, maybe you're right, maybe it was 13, but I thought we did the farmhouse first.
I never did the roof of the farmhouse.
Oh, okay.
Did the roof of the
This
barn.
goes back so long, I'm like.
Oh, it's a big project, so I just try to.
Massive project, yeah.
I'm trying to do.
Well, it was a while ago.
So, anyways, so I'm trying to do the other half now. I did one half of the big building, one half of the L, and I want to get ready to go to the other half of the little building, and then to the other half of the L.
Okay.
So you're talking about the roof.
Yes, sir.
So you're talking, is it wood shingles or asphalt shingles?
Asphalt.
Uh-huh.
Asphalt. So this side's all brand new, that side's all old.
And the next item, because this is, a lot of these items have been talked about for so long, and now you're getting to doing them.
Doing them.
February, March, April,
Roof replacement somewhere around April 2019. I put dates in there,
okay,
when I think I might be doing things.
okay.
And then the last one is replace the wood siding shingles on the main barn.
Right. Those were in
Again, a
really
picture-
tough shape a few years back.
This, again, a picture that you didn't get, because of my lack of ability.
Maybe
But you can
both
see
of
how,
us.
you can see how they're worn. And-
Yeah,
and,
tearing.
and you can actually look right into see the sheathing,
Yeah, they're in tough shape.
or missing altogether. So now I'm coming around the corner, essentially.
Okay, good.
I've done the L, coming around the corner to the inside corner that was leaked a lot. A couple years ago, it was flooding out
Right,
like crazy. And so now we're coming down to going around the corner.
good.
And you can see that shingles are worn or falling off or just basically not even there.
Yeah.
This is the area, if you recall. We came to here
Yeah,
And
there
then we
was
talked about
thinking.
yes, so we're gonna put a gut, then I wrote,
Yeah,
replace, well, the Alaskan yellow, cedar
Shingle,
taper shot,
yeah.
that's what we've been using,
right,
taper sawn shingles, and then we're gonna put the gutter here.
right, okay, I
with a-
remember that.
With a drop down that goes into this gutter here.
Mhm.
Right.
I remember
I
that,
remember it,
at
I
that
remember
last visit, we
Yeah, we
talked
did.
about that, yeah.
So I guess we should probably in the spring come and visit you after, you know, some of these things are going on. We'll
And,
plan for a visit.
and the odd man out is the last one,
Yeah.
that's really weather dependent, whether I get to that or not.
So,
Maybe February, March of next year, if it's not too much snow, I'll go do it. But
okay,
I'm pretty much starting at the top and working my way through this list.
sure. Alright,
But I figured if I do it big cherry, like before, I put a big list together, and I get to it, I get to it.
okay. So nothing, I mean, a lot of these things, we have been discussing for quite some time, and so now we're getting around to doing them, so that's good. So I don't see any issues here, but we should probably, you know, when the weather is, if it's not too snowy, maybe in the spring when we start this, we'll have to do come and visit you and see how things are,
Sure.
or how it's coming along. But this was great, thank you for being so organized tonight, Mike.
Yeah, you can add that if you wanna pass it on
Wow.
to somebody else, or.
That's
do
great
yourself.
information. Alright,
Thank you.
so, but we have to make it official, is this my master set?
Yeah, so,
And this piece goes in the master set to
Thank
show
you.
the
Got it?
inverter.
Yep, okay, great. So we need to make this official, that all this work that is gonna be happening over the next couple of months is okay. And we should also schedule in the springtime a site visit to double check on everything and make sure things are coming along nicely.
6 months.
6 months.
You said a couple.
All right, may I please have a motion to accept all the items from -1, we're gonna work on it, okay, all right.
Understood.
2 from 6 that we've just discussed tonight at the table.
I'll make a motion to, accept this agenda, items 2 through 6 to go forward.
Great. In a second?
Need a second?
Len, thank you. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, so
Thank
give
you,
me a couple of
everybody.
days and I'll get back to you on this. All right, thanks, Mike.
Yeah, good evening.
All right, so those were all the items for the Historical Commission. I'm going to take a motion to adjourn the Historical Commission and start the District Commission meeting. So can I have a motion to close the Historical Commission meeting, please? Motion to,
I'll make a motion to close the
second?
I'll second.
Thank you, all in favor?
Aye.
Good. Okay, thank you for your patience, everyone, with that technical issue.
Okay, you've closed the Historical Commission. Okay, now we'll take a motion to open the Historic District Commission.
I'll make a motion to open the Historic District Commission.
Second?
Seconded.
All in favor?
Aye.
We've already approved the notes.
Yep, so, our first case is the Susies, they are revisiting us. For those of us who were not here, last month, the Susies came in and they've got approvals for replacing the trim, the rotted trim with a PVC trim. And that's where we left it. We were going to do some research on vinyl shingles, and I did go to ABX and talk to a couple of distributors. I know, Stephen, you were there as well, and you've been doing research on vinyl shingles. I know that that is the avenue that you so desire to travel down. However, this commission does not need to approve a vinyl shingle. The district guidelines are pretty clear that it's generally not approved, any vinyl products for siding. And those are not anything that we've just made up as these 7 people. We follow the Massachusetts general laws,
Guidelines, yeah.
40C, and so, you know, it's a state thing, which also translates into a federal thing. So it's not just something, we're not picking on you or, you know, saying, singling you out like you can't have it. It's guidelines. So with that said, I did find a product that I wanted to ask the board your opinion, if it could be, well, how you feel about it. And then if it could be a test. We've been testing different products because you had clearly said it, you know, are there futuristic products out there that we could have? And we've been testing futuristic products like cement board, PVC, and composite siding materials. Right, and we have 2 test cases. We have 57 Central and we also have 29 Pleasant Street for a composite siding. So we've been out there, and I think we're a little bit more liberal. A lot of communities don't even look at it. It's wood or the original, and that's it. So I think there's enough of us here in the discipline of architecture that we know what's out there and what's convincing. So if I may show you what I found, and we can take a look at it. So
the vinyl is out.
Not necessarily. Let's just take a look at what I have found and let me get the board's opinion, and then we can move forward from there. So I want to educate everybody in this room, including you guys, in all this. All right, so this particular product is, you guys come sit if you like. This is a CertainTeed product, and it is a vinyl shingle that goes up as an individual piece. You can see these go in. These are actually in 3 colors, 3 tones. This is the larger sample. And you can see how there's a medium, a dark, and a light shade all blended in here. And the reason for that is so that it doesn't fade. It's got this mottled appearance. The color is fully extruded on each of these panels. So the fade is,
Goes all the way through.
yeah, it's very, very little to none. Actually, this product was designed for those who put it on their house and then 5 to 10 years later have an addition. So this is designed to go over a phasing period. This particular CertainTeed product has been installed on a National Historic Site in New Jersey. It has not been, it's so new, it has not been used here in Massachusetts yet. But in New Jersey, it has been used on historic sites. It does come in a color range, but I kind of took the sample from the guy, kind of thought this looked like something that like it would go with your house, but these
But
are,
I'm confused, is this vinyl?
this is a vinyl product. Look at the, here.
Okay, but I'm really, okay.
This goes in on an individual shingle base. It's not a panel product, so it's pretty different.
Can we just take a peek at the pictures that I brought?
The one, these are
The
from
fir-
you.
These are from me, right? Actually, the first 2
Oh,
on,
that's all right.
is that, okay.
Do you have a picture of
That's the one that's down in
Yep,
Newbury.
I got it.
Okay.
This is in Newbury.
Oh, I've
You
been
can
on,
zoom in.
I've been there right on 1A.
Yeah, down by Tendercroft.
So, okay. All right. Let's see if I can zoom in more. All right, and is this the CertainTeed product?
I
you know
don't
which
know,
one it
I
is?
didn't trespass, I just stood on the edge of the road and took pictures.
So that looks like the Hardy shingles. This is cement siding, which I have also, I have a
Could be,
new
we
product.
don't know.
But the 2 that I brought that Mike gave me
This
is
is,
what he did.
this is a product too, this is a nice product. This is a little bit different than Hardy. This is Allura, and this is also it comes in a variety of shingle styles, but that to me looks like like a cement shingle. And what's nice about the Allura product,
This is separate from this.
yeah,
This is-
it's
okay.
separate, it's a different, this is cement. The
This is
colors,
cement, okay.
yeah, the colors actually are pretty warm. They're really nice tones versus the
So this,
the
so
hardy.
this could be this.
I'm
or-
thinking
yeah.
this is,
I think so too.
yeah,
Mm.
it's
Could we
nice.
see the two, I actually have two that my contractor,
Okay,
has
so
done, the one on the JPEG.
this
That
one
was
here?
on Elm Street in Amesbury.
Just
If
the
you look,
top.
just the top, if you look at the top, this is what we propose to do, the very top, yeah,
All right,
on our house.
let me zoom in.
And those are vinyl shingles. So he just finished this job, sent me the
That was
photos.
in Newburyport.
No, that's on Elm Street in Amesbury. He did one in Newburyport
Okay.
as well, two in Newburyport.
That's the product that you guys are wanting to use on your house.
Yes, yes,
And it's a vinyl.
yes.
Do you have a sample of that?
I don't have a
Okay.
sample of it.
We brought one last time, our sample.
Well, that was
Um,
that isn't what
This
he
looks,
And then,
yeah,
then the next photo,
Okay.
there's another one that he did,
all right, so it must
and
be
that's
this
right
one.
next to him,
Yep.
right.
Okay,
And again, it's just the very top.
okay, let me zoom in.
What's the lower half? Is that a regular?
This
I
is,
have no
I
idea
don't
what
know.
it is, we're just concentrating on the cedar type shingles.
okay.
So, but
It's hard
these are
to tell.
vinyl, right?
Yeah, it's hard to tell with the distance, there's no detailed shot.
Do you have a picture of the existing house?
Mm-hmm, I do. So I got a little file over here. No. So that was the bottle shop.
Yeah,
You
they
wanna
put
look
that
at
on a
the-
long time ago, I didn't even like what they put on there,
So
it didn't look
that,
good at all.
that's, so with the difference, I think
Yeah,
what
see
we're
the
looking,
marks,
the
the
part,
lines
the
there.
You can see the,
seams,
yeah.
Right, but
That-
that's
that
close
looks,
to 15 years old, it wasn't, they've come a long way since then.
that looks pretty crappy.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
it does. I wouldn't do that.
So that's, I think, that's the difference, is that that's a paneled product, a 4-foot
Well, that's
product
that one,
versus,
but
versus the individual tab. I think you get more of that,
Yeah, you get the shadow lines. And,
the straight edge. Okay, so existing house, hang on guys, bear with me. You're in here someplace. Where are my photos? So you're over last month. So everybody at home can be looking at my dog photos.
you just went by it, I think, didn't you?
Oh, is this you? Here you are.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, so for context, let me just zoom in a little bit. Alright, so here's the house on Central. So it's right against the road.
mm-hmm.
And the first area of concern is right here, yeah? This
That's
is
what we're
where,
doing
That's the
first.
donuts.
that's the first area of concern.
That's in the worst shape,
Yeah, so this is in tough shape here.
yeah. As is the trim, as you can see.
Yeah. So this is the existing conditions.
So our
And are you
contractor.
doing anything with the roof? Are you replacing the roof?
No. No. Roof is in. But our contractor has been doing a lot of, the type of vinyl shingles
Yeah.
that you saw on those houses.
I mean,
And
I
he
think
does
the
a lot of
concern
work
is
in
your
Newburyport.
home is in the historic
Pardon me?
district. Your home is in the historic district, so from our perspective, if we say yes to vinyl siding, we're saying yes to
But
everybody
this
doing
is
vinyl
too,
siding.
right? So
Right,
is
so we're
this.
just trying to vet doing the right type of vinyl. And I don't see a sample here of what you guys are looking at. It's hard to see in a picture.
Do you have the
Perspective.
you don't have, you didn't bring that
We didn't
sample.
bring this sample, no. So we brought it last time.
Well, is the concrete a consideration, or?
The
No.
cement,
I'm
That's
sorry, the
out.
cement, that's out?
Do you know what
That's
the
out.
pricing is on this?
Well,
I don't
I'm
know.
not gonna rule anything out, you're not
Yeah.
dialing in what you want exactly either here, so.
well, I think, you know, I said I would do the research and I would find a product that, you know, has,
Yeah.
yeah, some kind of integrity or a look. Certainly we all agree here, the bottom shop is out.
Oh,
Out.
yeah, that was
That was the
terrible.
core example.
We
Right.
all
But,
agree.
but that siding is so old, it is, they don't have those lines that you saw anymore.
But they still have the paneled products. They still
It's
sell.
paneled, but you cannot see that it's paneled.
I'm sure when they put the ones up at the Ipswich bottle shop, they said the same thing, that, don't worry, it's never gonna do this. And
Mm-hmm.
Right.
it does, I mean, it's the same thing, we could have that same product and 10 years later, going, oops, it doesn't hold together either.
Yeah.
I'm not following you, you mean?
We could have the same issue with,
With this,
With any vinyl,
With
really,
anything.
with anything.
Right.
So it's a, so I think, you know, I think, and Len
No,
said
no.
it last
Not,
month,
not with that, 'cause those are individual.
yeah, individual.
These are
well, they're not gonna separate.
4x4s.
Well, the ones we're looking at were two of these, like that.
Yeah,
That's the whole size of the panel that you're talking about, is one or the other.
I mean, the hardy shingles, the cementous product that comes in strips.
Right.
And I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's less expensive than going the vinyl route.
That's what I was
I
wondering,
don't know.
the price on that, yeah.
At the,
Yeah, we saw that at the ABX show, it looked pretty nice.
Yeah, and I think your first house example was a cement product, a cement shingle product.
That was a Hardy one.
Yeah, oh, it was, you think, yeah.
I think she's talking about that first one.
Yeah, the first one, the one in Newbury.
Oh, I don't know what that
Yeah.
was, as I said, I didn't
I don't-
trust
Just
it.
took a picture.
I don't know what brand it is, but I'm pretty sure it's a cement shingle.
Well, I don't know about that, I have to stop and knock on their door and ask them, but I don't wanna knock on 10 doors either asking that.
Well, so, you know, again, you know, I wanna make it really clear, we're not just picking on you to make your lives difficult, we are
Oh,
following.
I don't for a minute think that's what the
Okay.
case is. But by the
Right.
same token, our goal is, as you can see, we need
Right,
to have the house sided, we wanna have it economically feasible for us to do so, and we wanna be able to stay in our
Maintenance
home and have maintenance free. We've been here 41 years, I don't think we've ever done anything unsightly to the outside of our house. And that's our goal, so,
Well, we put that siding on 35 years ago.
right.
you got 35
That's-
years
yeah.
out of it.
Not bad.
That's pretty good.
so why don't you want to do the wood?
Right.
Because I
it's-
want maintenance free, I'm 68, I'm not climbing ladders, and I'm gonna be fixed income, I'm not, every 5 years, I'm not gonna come up with thousands of dollars to have anybody climb up there to paint or anything, so.
Well, you wouldn't
Already
need to
painted
paint,
it?
because you're gonna have the
Yeah.
PVC trim, so you're good on that.
Right.
But if you did if you re-shingled, hold on now, so if you re-shingled, you know, things are a lot different now with shingles. So they have a product, it's like a Tyvek, right, so it goes onto the sheathing of the house, and it's called
It's a house wrap.
cedar breather. So it's a
A
mesh
sponge.
that goes on the house wrap. You buy it and it's got it creates an air space between the house and the shingles. So there's always air moving behind the shingles, so there's no, you know, it prevents rotting over
Moisture.
time. Yeah, so, you know, 35 years, you did pretty good. Maybe you could, next time around, you could get 50. So that's called cedar
I'm hearing
breather.
50, that'll be.
That's called a
I did
cedar
it on the
breather.
roof of the schoolhouse.
You put the cedar breather on that, yeah.
Mm.
And it's like it rolls out like a
It looks like a
Tyvek.
black,
Sponge, the same thing,
Mhm.
lets air,
I've
lets
seen
the
it.
moisture
Yeah,
get out of there.
yeah, and it's great. I have it on my house. I have had no issues. It's just like a roll, you know, a Tyvek or house wrap product.
It's a great looking house, I drove by it today, it's a really cute house.
We've really come a long way with it,
Come
believe
on.
me. But I'm not gonna do wood. If it's gotta be wood, then I'm just,
You can't do it, I'm not doing wood.
see how long I can get out of this.
Do this.
Well, I'll have to go and think about it, talk to my contractor, I wanna find out prices of things, that's important too, at least for us.
If it's, I mean, me and Bob are both in the district as well, we deal with the same issues, and we're not getting any younger, so.
No.
And I've gotta replace my windows, which
So do I.
substantially expensive, so I know, and I mean, I don't have crazy money, so. I understand, I do sympathize, and I was kind of really happy to see Sarah do some homework and bring some stuff to the table.
Well, I mean, we don't have a problem if it's, you know, if it's a solution that is gonna make you happy, it's gonna make us happy, and it's gonna be affordable, and all of those things. I mean,
I
we're
am
not,
confused on one thing here though.
Sure, what is it?
Like when you do shingles on your bottom course, it starts out as a double, one's upside down. So that you have something in between the cracks, that's your bottom course, there's 2 layers there. Then you can go up. What's gonna be behind these cracks?
Well, this is just a display, and I'm sure if they knew you were coming, they'd.
Aren't they all overlapped?
Yes.
They're overlapped here.
Yeah, but what he's saying is the
On the
bottom,
bottom,
the bottom
the bottom
course.
row.
Well, the bottom course is just so your bottom course has some wood behind it when you put it on there. But
Right,
But the bottom course is always the thicker course, because that's where that moisture settles and when I did my roof, you always wanted, I actually tripled it up just to get some beef, because that's gonna break down.
I guess what I'm saying is, what's gonna go behind these cracks? Usually,
you got something behind these
You're
upper
gonna have
cracks,
this
it's
behind it,
it's the
yeah.
bottom crack, that's what you're saying.
yeah.
I don't
The question is, will one of these go behind it, or will, Well,
They
something
probably have
else go
something
behind
that's your
that.
starter course, it's
Yeah.
made to be a starter course, I don't know. I haven't dealt with
I
these
don't know,
people.
what's on, is there something on the back? There was, and then,
I'm
they have
sure,
special-
I'm sure they have that problem solved.
they have corner pieces, the corner pieces were kinda cool.
A lot of people now are just running a PVC board
Right.
across the bottom.
We call them mud sills.
Here's the,
Yeah.
The one,
did they have anything?
could
Yeah,
be
but
chamfered.
does that drain?
They had solid colors too. That, you know what, that's it, look at this, they had a solid color, that kinda looks like your Newbury house. They had a solid color that looks like a Maybach, like a eastern white shingle.
One of my other pictures has something that is vinyl, I know, from Georgetown.
Oh,
There
so
was
that
another
one-
picture in there.
That one was.
It's only on the,
They don't have it at
the top, the bottom 4
Yeah.
feet of the
Okay.
house, but.
Alright, well, they didn't have anything, they didn't get into any details, but they do show you, here, they had the, how the corner piece worked. And look how they are, see them? That's the corner.
Right, but I'm gonna have,
These guys at the corner.
The PVC.
I've got corner board, so I don't have to
Kinda
worry
cool,
about
yeah,
that.
Is it, I just
Thought
thought
it was
cool.
cool, something similar that goes on the bottom course, like that corner board.
Yeah, they must have something,
Yeah,
I just don't know.
Yeah, I'm sure they do.
Actually, you know who's a representative, is, Yankee Pine. They're right here in Rowley,
I know that.
so you could probably go and do some of your own research or talk to them too. I talked to the distributor who distributes to them, so. I
Did you wanna
don't know
see
the
another
detail.
photo?
Yeah, I'd like to see the other photo. That
Um,
is vinyl.
This one here,
I'm
this
not
is the
sure.
middle one?
Yeah, but it's just the bottom underneath the windows.
Okay, let me see if I can zoom in.
That's T Ford in Georgetown on Tenny Street.
So, and you got this from your contractor, these photos?
No, I took these pictures myself.
Oh, it'd be nice to know what that product is, if it's a similar product, cause like I said, it would just be good to know who they were.
All right, well, I guess I'm gonna have to go home and do some thinking about what I want here.
Board members, how do you feel about the Certainty Cedar Impressions? Would you allow the Susies to install this product that I found that is also available at,
This one?
yeah,
I mean, it would be a great trial one if,
yeah.
you know,
I'm really favorable to wood. That's my
Me too.
opinion.
Right.
I live in the
Not doing
district
wood,
too.
so we can
you
forget
know,
that
so
too.
wood.
I'm not climbing up on any more ladders. And we're all retired and on fixed incomes, and it
So
takes
are we,
thousands
I
of
know.
dollars. Well, I know, but some people have the money to pay other people to climb up there every 5 years, but I'm not gonna.
I mean, I advocate for the, you know, the hardy plank shingle. You can get that pre-painted, it's got a 25-year warranty. I put that on my barn, I was very happy.
I know, my son put it on his house, and
Yeah.
but you can already see, like, the paint isn't gonna last 25 years on it, because that's all it is paint.
nothing lasts
I
forever.
know.
I think that's,
I know.
Yeah, well, it hasn't been 25 years either, it's
no, but
only
I
been
mean,
like 6.
even when people were selling these products, nothing lasts forever. Like, you know,
Especially
and
nothing that is gonna preserve character, and I think
The
that's why
sun
we're
kills,
here.
the UV rays kills.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not worried about forever, I'm too old to worry about.
No, I know, but
But-
what's considered for.
But I plan on being
25
around
years.
another 5 years, and I'm not gonna paint in another 5 years. And plus, if I put wood up, I gotta pay somebody to go up and paint the wood, so
Well, the
that
dilemma-
drives the cost
The
up.
dilemma we
What-
have,
what-
is
what-
say
where-
hypothetically, we
What
said,
wood are you painting?
let's go with the vinyl
The
siding.
shingles?
Oh, stain, I gotta put something on.
Can't you buy them pre-stained?
Yeah, you
and
buy
you
them
don't have to do
pre-finished.
anything.
You get them like
Money.
this.
No, well,
You get them stained, pre-stained, and they go up and they last you 50 years.
yeah.
I've never stained, I got shingles on the backside of the house,
Yeah.
I never stained.
Yeah, or you could let them go natural.
If
You
you
wouldn't have to
don't
do
stain them,
anything.
you can treat them with bleach to kind of clean them,
Well, the
you know,
bleaching-
over a long period of
My
years.
house had sealant put on it, I
Yeah.
put sealant on it myself. But
Yeah.
I'm not interested in wood, I'll just leave it the way it is. It's gonna have to be forced into wood, because wood I got, so.
But
Well-
hypothetically, say we said, go with the vinyl planks, the paneling.
This, not
Mm.
panel,
The
not
pan-
panel.
Well, I'm just saying,
Saying what if.
A
what
hypothetical.
if, this is a hypothetical, come next month, everybody's gonna be lined up going, I wanna
I know.
re-vinyl side my house.
I know.
Now, all the people that paid their due diligence to do the right thing are like,
To do the right
It's
thing.
not a matter of the right thing, it's
Well, it's
dictated
to
by the
have the
state of
historical
Massachusetts
importance
and,
of
you know,
And
it's
it-
not,
and it goes even beyond that. too.
yeah, so that's
but
the
it
whole
wouldn't,
thing.
that's, the floodgates just open.
Yeah.
And it's just,
Absolutely. Makes it really hard for us to
the same as,
say no
the-
ever again.
it's almost the same idea as zoning
Yeah.
issues, you know, one person, I can build a 10-story building right beside your little house, and all of a sudden, it's just anarchy.
Yeah.
And it's all done for a great reason,
It
to
is.
preserve these areas for years to come, you know, there's,
Well, the idea is visually preserved. We're not gonna go back to the 1800s, any of us, to have
no,
a
but
home.
it is the integrity of the district, I mean, I really think that's
Yeah.
important,
I
that's
know,
why
but
we're
if
here.
you can't tell the
Here.
difference visually, what are you losing on the integrity?
I can tell the difference
Oh,
visually.
yeah, so can I.
I mean, yeah.
Most people can't. The technology, well, you wanna know all this anyway. But, you know, it's very difficult to, have these kind of materials available, and because you don't think it's gonna look good.
No, that's
for
not,
us,
it's nothing to do with looking, it is dictated by the state of Massachusetts and beyond, I mean, it's not our personal preference about how things look, you know, in that way, we have these guidelines to follow for good reasons, you know.
Vinyl is definitely not one that has been, is looked upon favorably. However, I will say futuristic projects, the historic district in Swampscott and Marblehead and us, we do approve the hardy, the cement shingle. No, we have never approved the cement shingle, we approve the siding, the clapboard and the PVC. That's where we are today. We have never, like I told you last time, we have never approved a vinyl product in the district. And I know you did say, but there's vinyl, but that does predate the district. So that is unfortunate, that is unfortunate, but But yeah, it's vinyl is definitely, we're not there yet, but this is getting there. This product is definitely a big improvement from what we have known in the past. But I'll leave it at that.
I just think that everybody should be entitled to the best technology and the best materials to put on their house, and not be forced to go back in time and put on what's been going on for 50, 60 years for siding on a house.
I mean, I think you've been presented with other material options that are really great and they will last a long time, so.
Adhesion,
The hardy board, the cement board is a great product.
I'm very familiar with it.
Yeah.
But that doesn't appeal to you.
Not as much as vinyl, but
And I think a pre-finished wood also would
Yeah,
last you a
but-
really long time.
They're say no to wood, but these shingles are fabulous. This is 50 years. Do nothing to it. Install and set it and forget it. So
I mean, if you could just phase it with budget and just do the sections that are really necessary and just kind of take your time with it.
well, we've already discussed that. I'm just doing the dormers now.
Right.
yeah,
I mean, that's something for us to consider too, because if you're applying a totally different material and it's gonna sit like that for I don't know how long, I mean, I think we have to consider that too, right?
That's right. And we talked about that last month. How do the two materials actually meet up together? Is there, if it was a vinyl product, can we guarantee that in 5 to 8 years they still carry that same color?
Yeah.
Will it be the same? Vinyl is notorious for high UV deterioration, so if you had the money, phase 2, you're gonna do, the east side elevation, the north side and whatever, they may never match, they may never look the same, and that's a huge
I don't see
concern.
that as a problem.
See, this has got,
Unless they're gonna be going out
Three
within the
shades.
next year or so. out of
Pardon me?
business,
there's 3 shades in there.
Right, but
I think that's
we've
the
been
make
told
it
this is
look
a no.
No, this is fine.
I
don't think we-
Well, I brought it to the table for a discussion to see how we are. It seems like there may be some no's, there could be some yeses.
Definitely a vote,
Yeah,
but at least, I mean, I like to, living in the district myself, I like having considerations that we're all open-minded to look at new products and.
yes.
Yeah.
And that was the purpose
I
of
mean,
this
in Boston and Cambridge,
fact-finding.
we wouldn't even be having this discussion.
No,
The paperwork
Salem.
would have said vinyl, said just don't have them come to the meeting.
Yeah.
And that's why Newburyport didn't vote it in. But, oh well. We
But
tried.
then if you look at Boston didn't have an historical district, they would have been mowing down the brownstones.
Yeah.
It would have been all gone. Boston wouldn't look like it's like Boston. And people come into Boston just to see it.
Yeah.
And
But I think
that's,
the same
those are
about-
those
yeah.
things that
Well, I think the obvious is Raleigh isn't Boston, but,
And I think that's great, and I think Raleigh isn't Newburyport, and Raleigh isn't
Right.
Newbury, so we're trying to preserve the character of our town.
streets,
Yeah,
yeah.
towns can change within a
Yeah.
couple of years without any direction, and things can change drastically, and sometimes it's not for the better.
Right.
I mean, not to sound like we're all stuck in this
Yeah.
with blinders that we don't wanna go forward, but
And your house
But-
might look great in this final product, but what it does, it opens the door for us to have a really challenged future of decisions we have to make with all the other houses.
Just-
but if it looks like, I guess it's not, we're not getting it, so, okay.
All right, well,
Okay.
I'll talk to my contractor and do some think, well, before I go, make a verdict on this, at least I'll know whether I can,
Okay, that's
it's an
fair.
option or not.
Yep, that's fair. So, as a board, can we make a vote on whether or not this is a product, the individual Certainty, Cedar Impressions, individual vinyl tab, as a test product for the Susie's house at 97 Central Street?
Okay. I'll take a motion.
All those in favor, say
Oh.
aye.
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 If
I'm
they
willing
want
to
to-
test it.
I'm willing to test it, and that way, Then if
If it's a failure, we know, but if it's
and
wonderful
it's
test.
documented that you guys.
So what
are the
does
Well,
that
first
it's, what
ones,
are,
it
what are you
doesn't mean
deeming
that-
a failure? What would qualify
What,
it
yeah,
as a
what does
failure?
that test
I mean, if it
mean?
looks, if it doesn't prove successful, it just doesn't look right, and it ends up looking like the bottle shop, then we know.
Well, you know it isn't gonna do that.
Well,
No.
I'm
Well,
being, I'm
we
being, I'm
definitely know
being
it won't look like
dramatic,
that
but
because it's like
it's
it's
tight.
installed like a regular shingle, so it doesn't look so uniformed, so punched out.
Yeah,
What is your timeline for doing the whole house that's visible from the street?
Depends upon the finances.
so
I just
you,
finished paying for college, and now
Right.
we're trying to put money into the house. Otherwise, we wouldn't have let it get this bad.
so I think you initially told us maybe like 5 to 7 year time period,
No,
right?
Oh,
no,
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 it
5
won't
year?
be that
Oh,
long.
3, alright,
I'm
so,
thinking maybe, like at least once a year, I'm gonna do
okay, a side
whole
or something.
side or
So
something.
that product was designed for you in mind, that kind of, phasing.
It's got 3 shades in it.
So, like I said, I'm willing to test it, for this particular location and see how it is. Just like we tested Hardy Plank 7 years ago, and just like we've been testing, Everlast, not Everlast, the composite board. Just like we have 2 examples in town.
So are you just gonna test it on the dormer or the whole house?
No, we'd allow them to
Yeah.
do all 4 sides.
And I'm not even totally ruling out the hardy planks either.
Okay,
My son put it on his house, it's nice, in fact, when you come up against a common board, they've got us caulking that's all their own, the same color, whatever you choose, so that it isn't just, it seals up the whole house even.
Mhm.
Cause I do have corner boards, cause if you don't have corner boards, then when you put these on, or shingles on, every side's gotta be,
Well, they
Staggered.
it seems like
Yeah,
they
they
did make
had
a
one.
corner,
yeah, they
but I
did.
can imagine, because even with the cedar shingle roof I did, they actually sell a cedar shingle corner pre-made, which is really nice.
If we could have an option, if we could, if this is approved for a test, we may not do this, we may do the other, but if we would have an
Well, I guess
option-
my question about the test is, since I'm only gonna be doing the dormers, if you test it and you don't like it, where does that leave
Right.
me?
no,
No,
Done's
we,
done.
then lessons.
Once you've done it, it's done.
Yeah, lessons learned for us, then we wouldn't suggest it for another homeowner. If it didn't look
Well,
good, we would say, no more,
well,
but,
the example is you, before I was on the board, you guys did some synthetic fences that were tests. And
they were a failure for
they didn't
us.
look good, they looked shiny, plasticky.
And,
And it always comes back as an example, someone will say, oh, you let
Yeah.
them, and it was just to see how it would look. Just to show that we are open-minded, we're not just shutting the door and, we don't care how much it costs, good luck. It's not,
Yeah, but now we're back to how it looks, and something looks shiny and,
Well,
I don't
we
think this is
judge
totally
it
shiny.
as,
no, I think that this is, it really seemed to me that this product, was gonna perform the way, and everything that you were looking for. And seems to have the most integrity of a vinyl product that I have seen in my professional career. And I'm just leaving it at that. And because you were so insistent on that and being so open-minded and willing to think outside the box, I thought maybe this is a product that,
Yeah, I don't think it looks bad. But
because this is a great problem solver, just like it's for a high dormer where some people go, I need a 50-foot ladder to get to this, and maybe something like this product
Mhm.
kills that, is a great problem solver for at least that little section.
yeah,
Yeah, and this
Or
is set for,
even antique homes that, like my house is built like real close to the ground, so I have a lot of issues with water. That I wish I did synthetic boards for the mud sills, that I'm already going back and replacing, so lesson learned.
all right.
Well, why don't we
We do
vote
have
on,
another case,
so they can use this.
if you so, all right, you said no wood, but we say go with wood, you could go with this or hardy,
okay,
plank.
that's
or
options.
hardy plank, or hardy shingle.
Okay.
Hardy
I'll take,
shingles.
I'll take a
Well,
vote, I'll take a
they're all
motion.
called Hardy planks, no, they're shingles, and it's the
Hardy,
name of the
the
company.
Hardy product shingle, but before we get there, it's gonna be, I want, come visit us and let us know what you're gonna do.
Oh, absolutely, I'm
Okay.
not gonna do anything without.
Alright, because we wanna, and then bring us a sample. I asked for the Allura brand, but the samples didn't come today. They didn't come yesterday, they didn't come today, so I wanna see,
So is
let's
this
look
gonna
at
be
the
included
samples.
as one of the options we have?
I'm saying yes.
I'm in
I'm
favor
a
of
yes.
that, yeah.
Okay.
Alright. And this
So-
is available at Yankee Pine.
Okay, so if we say, okay, we're gonna do this, then obviously we don't have to come back with samples because you've got,
Right. That's
but
fine.
if we do the
Colors your preference.
Hardy,
Colors, yeah, I took this because I thought it looked like your house.
Well, especially since I'm not doing it all at once, I would like to match pretty much the color that's there. I mean, I don't wanna put red and then have all the rest brown or something, that
Mhm.
would look stupid, but
Yeah.
even if it's just gonna be temporary.
And so please feel free to reach out to me and let's keep the conversation
Okay.
going and tell me how things are going. That way I can report back to, these guys if, what's up.
So if I put these on the dormers and you decide you don't like them, I can still finish the house with
Yes,
these?
of course, of course. We would
and then
never,
people will drive by a house and you say, that's the one that looks horrible.
no, we would not, I'm not gonna do that.
That's the one we don't
No,
like.
I'm not gonna do that to you, okay? But,
We wouldn't do that, we'd have a sign.
Yes.
no. Okay, let's,
Okay, let's have a vote on it. You got, what is it, Hattie Plank, this here,
Cedar Impressions by,
Cedar and Bracken,
Certainty.
there was three things.
Yeah, or wood,
Wood.
or the
Okay.
existing. So you have three choices.
I'll take a motion. Do I get a motion? Motion?
I'd like to make a motion to set the three proposals.
The three proposals.
Okay.
Second.
All in favor?
Alright.
Aye.
Aye.
I'll say no.
That's okay. I'm an aye. Holly?
I'm an eye for test.
Okay,
Frank?
so this
Yes.
is, what is this
Len?
called?
Yes? Stephen?
I don't know in particular.
John?
I tested on this one
Yeah,
home.
but one home, I know, this is, okay.
The
Thank you.
onesie.
Okay,
And Hardy.
Okay.
and Miss B is a hold. It's
Mm-hmm.
okay.
Yeah.
All right.
It's okay.
And Cedar
Perfectly
Impressions was
fine,
the other
Yeah,
one.
I think so.
So those are our three options, I'm just,
I'm gonna write
Write
this,
it.
I will do all this for you,
Okay.
okay? I'll follow up with everything, so you won't need to worry about that.
okay.
Okay.
May I take one of these?
Yes, why don't you take that, you borrow it,
Thank you.
we take it, they all go together, there's a,
Fine.
the,
I'm just gonna show them the contract. so
Yeah.
you can see
the
this.
three. Do you wanna take this, do you wanna
No,
take
that's
that and
okay,
bring it
this will
back to me?
be, this will be fine.
Okay,
All right.
did you
well,
take a picture of what that is?
Oh, I will.
Yeah, take a picture, so that way you can give it to the contractor.
I guess it's called Cedar Life is the name of this particular one.
Great,
Thank
thank
you.
you. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you,
Anytime.
everybody.
Thank you.
Good Holly.
Two? Okay. Now we have one more.
All right,
Michael Gall,
Yes, sir.
poor Michael. Michael.
installation of new gutters.
I said to him, it's gonna be so fast. Oh, Michael, I'm so sorry. I'm glad you're here.
Yeah,
Okay, Michael
that was
said-
actually pretty informative.
Did you learn a lot?
I did.
Awesome, okay. So Michael sent me a photo, it's in the email. No, I took it, here it is. Alright, this is Michael's beautiful house.
Got it. So if you need better photos, I do have a couple extra on my phone. But the only request here is to put an aluminum gutter on this part of the roof here. The reason for that is if you, and again I have other photos here, but the grading around the house is now sort of cupped in, and this side of the house sort of gets all that rain and just goes straight down. and goes in between the foundation and the ground.
You must have got a ton of water in the last.
Wow.
It's, yeah, I try not to think about it.
Yeah.
So obviously that creates problems in the basement, but also that is a baby step towards a greater plan of trying to
Regrade all that.
regrade is one part of it, but this part of the facade of the foundation, if you will, this brick is kind of sloughing off.
Oh.
So I do have, I will probably ask an engineer to come in and look at it from the inside and see if there's any structurally there. But ultimately, you know, the baby step is to get the water going away from the house.
Yeah,
for this
of course.
There's a swamp out back.
Yeah.
I saw
Oh,
a
you gotta
Google
do it by
video
that.
of something
there
like
is.
what you're doing and then digging and getting all
He
the
looks like sort of
drainage
Sue
and
Hazen.
crushed stone.
Yeah, I
and
know
all
the
that
house,
fun
yeah, just,
Yeah.
just painted
stuff.
it,
And you
yeah,
end up with a
yeah.
dry cellar.
Looks
I mean,
great.
Which would be a
It's a
very
good
big. I
investment.
mean, having moved in there, I don't know if anyone's ever had a dry cellar in there, so it'd be an amazing thing to have.
If it's any consolation, there's a lot of cellars that
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah. So that's the real. That's the
issue.
extent of it.
Yeah, sounds like a great idea,
Is
great
that next door to
start.
Phil Light?
It's two down from. So the Hazens are there,
Okay,
and then
this
Phil.
used to be the old telephone office. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
telephone.
and how would it pitch in where the
Where's the
downspout be?
The downspout would likely be on the back side, I think.
Yeah, I'm sure it would, and then you can just
And you
pipe
pull
make
it
it
away.
down
Right.
over the hill.
And it can be off the
into the
side.
brook.
What's wrong? Did
open
I?
up another can of worms.
Well, that's where all the piping goes.
No, no.
What do you mean,
No, it
no?
doesn't. No, it's, no, nobody would do that.
Oh.
Stop the tape.
Well, that's where they used to dump the ashes from the old telephone office too.
Oh, really?
Those were the days.
Okay.
Telephone office.
You
That's
gotta
when
do it.
it's, the phone would
Gotta do
ring
it.
and they, you
Yeah, I mean it's just
push
push
your
it out.
plug in.
And then you could
Um,
listen to
just
it,
like
And
I
they
would
say they wanna
place it so it
call
just kind
Barbara
of,
Breaker, so
you
then
know,
you pull the other
hides
one
in
up
that
and
trim
put it in
piece, you know, just
your
kinda-
slot.
Yeah,
Just do
and
your
then you
best.
went down the
one of the
street
things
saying,
that
"Why
the
am
contractor
I
noticed is that on the
running
addition,
around the
when they put it in, they put
No, what it
the
is,
tabs
is,
on the end.
Okay.
And so I assume
That's
he'd have to
the
put
old
some
way
sort of
during
tab
World War
on.
II,
Yeah,
when
yeah.
the end here,
then
so.
you get
Yeah.
so those,
Well, just as
like our phone number
inconspicuous
was
as
109
you
ring
can,
two,
you know,
and
it's, that's
McDonald's
all we
across
ask.
the street
I
was
can
do
109
inconspicuous.
ring three,
Yeah.
and
Actually, I
then
don't really do it
for
well, but-
Neyland's was 109
All right.
I know
five.
that, I know that too, I do.
Take a vote.
Yeah, aluminum gutter.
Mhm.
Any issues with it? Any more comments?
No leaves are gonna get in it.
You can only hope.
Get the gutter guard.
Everything looks good.
You
Yeah.
could. I got that big tree out of there, so.
Looks great,
Um,
it's such a pretty
Okay.
house now.
thank you
Yeah.
very much. Well,
Any more discussion?
It's
No.
lovely.
I'll take a motion to,
Make a
Accept it.
motion to accept the,
as displayed.
The
As
application.
discussed.
The
All in
application of gutters.
Second,
I'll second it.
all in favor?
Aye.
aye. All right, great. I didn't have to say aye, but.
You did. That's good. Oh.
Aye, aye. All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you
for
very much.
coming in.
Good holiday.
Okay, Michael.
Okay.
Michael, I'll email that to you so you just have it in your file.
All righty.
Okay.
Appreciate
Thanks
it.
a bunch.
Have a good one, everyone.
Mr. Chairman, there are no other cases for this
Because
evening.
we're open for business out here.
The
And you're
commission-
hungry, and you wanna go home. Okay, then,
Don't
since
forget
that, I'll take a motion to close
I'll make a motion to
the
close
Historic District Commission.
the Historic District Commission.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Bye.
Here's the poem that I'm putting in the
Yeah.
main.
That was it.